Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you.
So I sent the angel of death to discipline
Yeah.
uh, leaders. But there's a strategy. So the king also affected. The Thai king. 3 days later, he will start the process to discipline him. But at the moment, he will discipline the prime minister, the Thailand prime minister, and also the general. Because the righteousness is so low. And but the discipline is not 100% straight away one. He take slowly. I think there's a mercy in it also. But they will not change, they'll be hardened. We feel like Moses going to the Pharaoh.
Yeah. So I spoke to the angel of death that you sent up.
Mm,
Um yeah, he has 100% approval from the father to do this.
mm.
And he has started.
The reason because of the oppression. The people are being oppressed.
Mm,
Um, so God is going to uh, ease the people from this oppression. So even though these two are in a
mm,
way
mm.
a puppet. But the thing is that their integrity is at stake because they didn't go and check, fully investigate. And the king is a big problem. So yeah, so we will go to the king later, soon, these 3 days.
Mm.
Yeah, so the natural disaster, the flood, all those things,
Yeah.
earthquake, and then already came already, and the
Mm.
big storm is coming also. Um, but this will not change the heart. This will not change the heart.
Yeah. Okay. So
So
today we are looking at this passage,
mm,
which is um
share screen.
once. Okay, hold on now. Are you able to see the?
Really small.
Yeah, I will move it. So the software in Apple actually very, very good one. It's very simple and it's very effective. So it is infinite one. I can continue to write on the side.
Oh, well,
You just
my big picture.
so like that.
What software is this?
Freeform. It is Apple's
Oh,
own.
I see.
Ah,
So you share this thing
huh?
on your on your iPad, is it?
Yeah, I use so the screen okay, I'll show you sorry. Hold on meeting with Matthew today to tell him that he will be your second man. I'm
Is
meeting
that
him the around. So if you look at the WhatsApp I sent to you,
what's
so
that?
this, I
What do you
said,
send?
sorry, I sent wrongly. Hold on, So if you look at the screen, at the picture I sent to you, so on the left side, the big screen, right, is my
Oh,
Zoom. Okay. And then on the right side, right, is a screen that attached. Look at here, using my
ah,
my iPad. You look at below.
ah,
So on my computer screen, you see a mirror of my iPad.
yeah.
Right? So the Zoom actually takes the mirror image from the computer, and that mirror
Mm,
image is a QuickTime.
wow, very cheap. Okay.
No, no, it's not. It's not. No, because you see, the Zoom need to grab the screen from my iPad, right?
Ah,
Right. To share the screen that is on my iPad, right?
ah,
The Zoom, right? So
yeah.
how does it grab my screen? See, that's the question. So I reflect my iPad screen onto
Ah,
the computer so you can share it, right? Just like
yeah.
PowerPoint, right? You need to have a window on your computer to share.
Mm,
So how do I have a window that it mirrors my iPad screen that is using QuickTime? So when I open a QuickTime, you'll ask me, what do I want to mirror? I say mirror an iPad. So it will show what are
mm.
that mirror. It's a very simple technology.
Then
Everything
how
very
you QuickTime you mirror on QuickTime, then how you share the so the you have two computer,
the one computer only.
which
One
is a big
computer running Zoom and one
yeah.
computer running QuickTime. Just two app running side by side. And the QuickTime grab the screen from my iPad.
And then how from your i from your computer from your laptop go to
QuickTime,
the
Zoom.
Zoom share screen
Yeah.
Don't know, I never experimented that before, but maybe can also. I'm not sure.
No, Android
Don't know.
cannot. I try
Don't
already.
know. Ah, don't know.
So it's also very unstable.
Ah,
So stability is very, very important because um you don't want the halfway it hang.
mm,
QuickTime is originally Apple software.
yeah.
Okay, so Romans,
Can
uh,
bigger, no? Cannot see. The word very small. Okay.
understand, right? Okay, but before we go there, I just want to explain a bit now. So if you're talking about whole population of the world, all right, whole population of the world, there's a certain portion, wrong. This portion is what you call hardened. So this hardened one is gone already, gone already,
Gone.
gone already. God give up.
I mean, gone. Let me see. No more exist in the earth.
No, gone
No.
means
Oh,
uh,
消
uh,
means 不插了。
bo chap already, give up already.
Okay.
All right. And then you have a certain portion. Uh, you have a certain portion which uh which is called the right the harvest field. Okay. And then another portion we call the remnant.
Mm. Then they put on top population, world population now. It's for me to take photos so I have the meaning of it.
Okay.
Mm.
So the remnant, okay, comprises kingdom people, of which the remnant of a remnant is the 144K. 144K is the remnant of the remnant.
Mm.
Okay, so the kingdom people is about 0.7% of the world only. Very little.
So little.
You can discern. The hardened one is about 35%.
It's quite serious.
Yeah. Right. If we're talking about Singapore, 10% are hardened. USA, 80% hardened. Thai, 35%. China, 35%. Philippines, 35%. Cambodia, 15. You can discern it's about 10. Europe, 65%. So these are the people that's gone on. God not going to work on them anymore. Just like, you actually you like a girl and then you chase, right? Sometimes the girl, okay, say yes. Then after that, no. Yes.
Mm.
No, no, yes, no. Can you get fed up already?
放弃了。
放弃了.
Yeah.
Like that, no? So that's what you call hardened.
Mm.
Just like a piece of bread. After you bake it soft,
Mm.
but you leave in the open,
Mm. Yeah,
oh,
hardened, yeah.
hardened already.
After time.
Yeah. So,
So that means the time given before it harden is a mercy already. God given the mercy, but the people are not
yeah,
coming back.
there's a timing on it. Why,
Mm.
why is there a timing? Because of limited resources.
Mm. Yeah,
So Paul is saying he give time to minister to the Jews. The Jews are responding and then I'm going to the Gentiles.
correct. People are oppressed also. If they continue like that, I have to wipe them out.
Yeah, there is you want to wait for them. There's a cost with
Yeah,
waiting.
the consequence, other people affected.
Mm. So, so this is the gist of Romans chapter 10 and 11.
It sound like how virus work. If you're infected by virus, they segregate the person, put one side in the room, then hopefully he can recover. If it doesn't recover, he stay in the room forever to protect the rest from being infected. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. So Romans 10 is here. It says, whoever believes, here, whoever believes in him will not be disappointed. So this believes in him means follow him.
Yes. Mm. That's always the case.
Yeah, it's not agree that he's the Son of God?
Yeah. There's one more mainstream will think that. As long as you
Yeah.
believe, declare, that's it.
Yeah. So we are talking about the Christian population in Singapore. In Singapore only. How many percent of the Christian population in Singapore is hardened? Can you say? Is it about 20%? And whole population in Singapore.
20, below 30, but 28% are like,
20 to 30% perhaps.
yeah. Around 20, I think around 28, 27, 26, it's around there. Lah.
How many percent of Singaporeans are hardened? Is it about 10%?
That's why I say, that's why is what, decent, what, before that,
10%. Is it more than 10%? Is it less than 10%? It's less than 10%. It's slightly at 9 to 10%.
or what, harden.
Hardened.
Just now before that, just now we decent, the one is, I thought it's already decent Singapore.
Yeah, 10%
Huh?
about that.
Yeah,
You see, the percentage of people in the church that are hardened are more than the general population.
right there. Yeah, that's on the screen there. Harden, 10%, right?
Church. You know, like that. Why is it like that? Because the problem of the teaching. So of this 25% who are hardened, how many percent comes from the prosperity gospel? So if I just say New Creation Church, which is super solid in the prosperity gospel, how many percent of the New Creation Church people are hardened? 80%.
Yeah, agree. 80%.
Right? Denomination churches the reason why I talk about church because you are going to minister to them. Okay. Denomination churches, which is the mainstream, 10 to 15%.
I got more than that.
So the question
So,
is, how many percent of the mainstream denomination churches are hardened as compared to the public? So public is about 10%, right? Okay. But if you take a look at the total population of the Christians in Singapore is 25% are hardened. But if you just segregate just the mainstream, because the total church also comprises many prosperity gospel one, right? Because they all learn from New Creation, they want to copy, okay? But just the mainstream Presbyterian, Anglican, Baptist, Methodist, all this, how many percent are hardened?
yeah, very traditional type. Ah. Okay,
Yeah,
mm,
is it less than 15%? Yeah. You see
Around
that?
10%.
Yeah.
Around 10%.
Is it more than 12%? Yeah, more than 12%. 13, 13, 14, about that. Still more than the general public, you know. So the church is actually not a very good thing.
So ministry to minister to the people, to the public is even in a way is more effect, I mean, more, is it meaning,
But
what to call?
because you see, the people in the public, right, like the Buddhists and all, okay, they believe that what you do today, your works, affect you on the day of judgment, but not Christians. That is the main issue, you know, which is Paul is talking about this. The Jews think that just by sacrificing the animal, all their sins are wiped out. Just being the fact that they are descendants of Abraham, they are guaranteed a place to rule with God. Just by being circumcised, all right, you are guaranteed a place in heaven. So Christians think that just by being baptized in water, learning about the Bible, attending church weekly, your place in heaven is guaranteed. And hence, there's this very popular follow-up material, assurance of salvation. That's the problem.
Well, there's a sad thing. There was
Yeah.
there's I heard that people say that you don't have to work for your salvation. Jesus will work it out for you.
Yeah, the teaching is the problem.
Heard that before?
So you are as an evangelist, which is the witness, or rather evangelist slash prophet. You go and correct the teaching. Go and discipline the Indian chief,
Mm.
the false prophets, starting from there. Those that talk very loud to pull people in the wrong direction. That's what Elijah did to the prophets of Baal. So once they see these people being disciplined by God, then they start to shake.
Yeah.
So our ministry is not to the hardened, because the hardened will always go against you. To the hardened, you discipline. But to the rest of the harvest field, you teach. But the church is important because what the church did, right? What the church did is they create the remnant. Without the church, there's no remnant. And then the remnant is able to tell what is right, what is wrong.
Mm.
Because the remnant, okay, they have a communication with God. They talk to God, which Paul says, faith comes from hearing the voice of Christ. So how do I tell if someone is a remnant? His discernment has to be at least 60% and above. At least 60% and above. Lower than that, let me tell you, Sing Huat, it's only 35% only.
Oh, not bad. Improve.
You can say
If
that, but
10% before.
if someone were to stand on the pulpit to preach, okay, he have to be at least 144K. If it's not 144K, I won't do it.
Yeah.
I
I
won't put it
think I think
up there.
the whole thing we we teach about the integrity of God. So about holiness, obedience, all those things. Holiness of God is very important. That's integrity, the integrity. The integrity also protect now. So those hardened one, yes, I say we have to discipline. And for those, the heart can be transformed. So they have to understand the integrity of God. So they have to follow the thing.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So the one that you want to 栽培 okay, to be an extension of your voice. Okay, first thing, whatever words you say, the person must believe it comes from God. Very, very important. Those who think, discern, this, think among themselves, correct or not, should I accept or not? That one you can forget it.
yeah.
Okay, especially those from the mainstream. Melvin used to be like that. Used to be. Then in the last 5, 6 years, change.
So I was writing the sermon for the Christmas. So in Luke, we did a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Because after we had Bible study, fellowship, then a lot of things, new revelation come, so I have to change. And this part about, but not many people talk about that, about the shepherd. Why the angels appear to the shepherd first? Why not to the king? Why not to the scholars? The prophets, all those. I mean, they're not the Pharisee and the scholars. Why not? So I think it's because if we talk to the king, then he'll think, you're being threatened. My secret agenda is being threatened. So he'll do something to harm. Then the scholar will think a lot of things. Oh, is it true? Or it should not be. What's the formula? E equal to MC squared. But cannot be one. There are a lot of things not pure. Not like shepherd. Yes,
Yeah.
the part. So the thing, the purity, willing to open mind, is very
And then
important.
the wise man, or you call the magicians, magi, magicians from the east, they are not Jews,
Yeah, not Jews.
and but yet, they can hear the voice of God.
Yeah, they understand.
Yeah, it's not nothing to do with so it is the result of Isaiah. They say that Isaiah, or the voice of God has went out to the ends of the world. They later on, you see. So the Buddhists are a result of this. The Taoists are a result of this, and some of the Eastern religion, but not Islam, not Hindu. Okay, you can
Mm.
discern. You can discern. When Isaiah later on, it said that Isaiah said that, "Who has believed our report? The voice of God has gone out to the ends of the world," and it is not preaching about Christ. It's preaching the morality, like what you said.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think the whole thing somehow under the integrity, no. I
Yeah.
think the most important uphold the integrity of God, and
Yeah,
that
so
is.
okay, so these are the harvest field, but the remnant has one more component, not just the integrity, able to hear God's voice accurately. The remnant, because that's what the yeah here Isaiah says, "Who has believed our report?" So faith comes from hearing, and hearing the word of Christ. So when Isaiah, and during the time of Isaiah, the prophets went up to all the world to preach. They didn't talk about Christ Jesus, but Jesus is talking through them. A voice has gone out to all the earth. So many religions today, like for example, the Chinese religions today in Singapore, it has impacted Singapore more positively than the Christians,
Mm.
because the Christians have gone astray with their teachings. All right. So
Yeah, it's no fear. There's no fear in the teaching, in the prosperity gospel, all those things. There's no fear in it, no. it's all about blessing. God want to bless you and not to harm you, no, no, not hardship. You don't need to go through hardship. It's about enjoy, but know how to enjoy. You don't know how to enjoy, it's blasphemy.
Yeah. You have no faith, no faith.
Ah, that's terrible, right? See, Isaiah say very clear, Lord, uh, who has believed our report? Only those who can hear. Those who the few can hear, no. You talk to them, so no use. They cannot hear.
Yeah. So only the remnant actually hears. The rest just follow what the remnant say. Okay, integrity, honesty, and then they say, oh, they felt in the heart, okay, this is from God. But they don't actually hear very accurately the details, but they sense it is from God. Then they follow. The harvest feels like that.
Mm.
But the remnant is the catalyst that changes the world. The harvest field, no. The harvest field are consumers. The remnant are the producers.
But there's an issue. There's an issue, human issue, especially the remnant. I think especially you and me. When you know a lot, we know what God's speaking. It tends to have more frustration because people cannot hear. You're talking to a wall, no? Wow,
Yeah,
wow, big chick, no, the big chick, the feeling of big chick.
yeah.
Oh, that part, the frustration will come in. No? So the heart also will learn how to do that.
Yeah, and then especially the pastors also, I talk to them, they listen and then they don't understand. They ask a lot of questions. And then a lot of questions they ask are not important one. And then they ask, talk. In the end, also they leave. So nothing one.
But look at Paul. Paul also, I can sense in the letter the right from all the letters. There's a certain frustration in him.
Yeah, very frustrated.
Yeah, I think so. I feel that. I understand where it come from. He see Peter doing wow, Peter, wow, Peter, why you do this? Wow, he must say it out.
Yeah. So then you say, I was found by those who did not seek me. They don't intend to seek God because they
Oh,
felt
yeah.
that God is maybe impossible to see.
Yeah. Can you scroll it down a bit? I want to take a photo.
Right?
I'll
Okay.
take a photo. Yes.
Okay.
Wait a second. It's all very valuable to me. When I write sermon, I
Yeah.
refer to this discussion. Okay. And just now the screen on the left, uh, the drawing.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's right. There's a part on top. It writes something, the Roman 10, Um, the one I didn't capture. This one. Okay.
Then it comes to hmm. Hmm. Okay, so Paul then say, I say then God has not rejected his people, has he? Talking about the Israelites, the Jews. May it never be. For I too am an Israelite, a descendant of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin. God has not rejected his people whom he foreknew. Or do you not know, as scripture says in the passage about Elijah, how he pleads with God against Israel? Lord, they have killed your prophets, they have torn down your altars, and I alone am left, and they are seeking my life. Right? And verse 4, but what is divine response to him? I have kept for myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to Baal. In the same way, then there has also come to be at present time a remnant according to God's gracious choice. Remnant. You see, this 7,000 prophets is considered by God a remnant. They hear God's voice. Okay, so this remnant will minister to the rest of the Israelites that has not been hardened.
Pastor, I switched to my phone. I need to go toilet, but I will
Okay. I go
off the
toilet
video.
also. I'll go toilet.
You go toilet? Okay, go first. You go toilet also, right?
Yeah, I go toilet. I pause the recording. Pause.
3 minutes.
Okay. So the remnant, the 7,000, 8,000, the prophets they are there to minister to the harvest field, not to those who are hardened.
Yeah.
Okay, those who are hardened one, right, is given up, God given up them. Okay, so verse 7, what Israel is seeking, it has not obtained, but those who are chosen obtain it, and the rest were hardened. Just as it is written, God gave them a spirit of stupor, eyes to not, and ears to hear not, down to this very day. Okay, so here it looks, huh?
Stupor what is that?
Stupor, that means you cannot process information, very stupid. You
Oh,
cannot
stupid.
you cannot tell what is right, what is wrong already.
Oh, okay.
All right. So here gave the Greek word also contains the meaning permit. That means God allow them to decay, allow them to harden, rather than God actively harden them. It's not true. So the translators give a lot of problem. Because last time the theologians they have this idea that God chose some to be saved and some to be condemned, God is the one that choose. No, it's not. People make their own choices. So that's why it's quite important to read the Greek. Because the translations today, I cannot trust them. So God permit them to harden their heart. Eyes to see not, ears to hear not, down to this very day. So when it says later on, earlier in verse 5, right, in the same way there was also come to be a present time a remnant according to God's gracious choice. This is what I call the intervention. Divine intervention. So if I say it in a way that may be less acceptable to the mainstream, is that God incarnate people from the fifth, sixth, seventh dimension, reincarnate them to the earth so that they can then continue to evangelize and not be affected, right, by all, these people, these people who are hardened. So this divine intervention is God inject the souls, right, and protect them. There's one more. Okay, I put. Here. So in Revelation 12:17, the dragon was enraged with the woman and went off to make war with the rest of the children, the remnant, who keep the commandments of God and hold to the testimony of Jesus. including the 144 lah, 144K. That's why there is a seal of protection on them. The remnant was created by divine intervention, God gracious choice.
Right now, the remnant is created, the remnant, the chosen. Means chosen. Right.
No. The remnant is not chosen.
Created.
Different. The
Sorry,
remnant, huh? The remnant is not chosen. You cannot say the remnant is
I
chosen.
said that. How do I put it?
Okay, the remnant are created by God. All right. The remnant is a people that is sent by God from the higher dimensions of the heavens to preserve, right, humanity.
Created. How how you come about the word created?
Or I would say the remnant are sent by God, right, from
Yeah.
the higher dimensions of heaven.
Mm.
So they are the seed sent from.
Mm. So they the one created for the intervention for the
Yeah,
people to intervene
yeah.
for humanity's sake
What?
for humanity's sake,
Yeah.
but not the harder one. But they are not for the one. They are not. But they are not for the harder one. But they are not. Yeah. They are not.
They are there to bring judgment on the people that are hardened.
Yeah. Not, they are not teaching the harder one.
Yeah, they're there to bring judgment. Just like
Yeah.
Elijah, right,
Bring.
went and killed the prophets of Baal.
Yeah. It's protection. The from being oppressed. Mm.
So the whole thing about the remnant passing judgment on the hardened and ministering to the rest, it is not about bowing down to Jesus, making Jesus God, but it's about preserving integrity,
Mm.
morality, mercy,
Mm.
justice, humility.
This is what Jesus do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same the role.
So a true believer is a follower of the ways of Jesus. But a
Yeah.
false believer is the one who praise Jesus. That's all.
This interesting. Okay. The true believer,
It's the
the
one who
follower.
follows the ways of Jesus. Not follow Jesus, because misunderstood.
Yeah. The believer, those who follow Jesus' way.
Yeah.
Who follow Jesus, follow
Hmm.
Jesus. Yes. And
A false believer is
yeah.
someone who praise Jesus to get something in return. Hmm.
Um, those place.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so now we talk about the hardening of Christians, not the Jews. Now, Romans 11:17. Hmm. So if some of the branches were broken off, and you being a wild olive were grafted into them and become partaker with them of the rich root of the olive tree. Do not be arrogant towards the branches, but if you're arrogant, remember that it is not you who supports the root, but the root supports you. You will then say, the branches were broken off so that I might be grafted in. The branches of the Jews is broken off because they are hardened, useless already, cannot grow already, broken off, so that I might be grafted in. He said, quite right. You were broken off. They were broken off for their unbelief, hardened, right? But you stand by your faith. Do not be conceited, but fear. For if God did not spare the natural branches, he will not spare you either. Behold
Mm.
then the kindness and severity of God. It's very important because mainstream Christians always say that God is kind. That's it. But God can be also very unkind, Broke off mean broke off. I never come back,
Those hardened one.
Huh?
Pastor, can you how in the verse 17, the branches were broken off on top, can you put a bracket, the hardened ones, referring to the hardened one? Oh, how nice I can write on your screen. So you don't
Oh.
have to write. Okay.
So for those whose hearts are soft, open to what God is saying, God is very kind. But the moment that your heart is hardened, closed off from God,
Mm.
God is very, very severe. God can change on it, turn on, 翻脸
What caused a person to be hardened? So we know that one is a wrong belief, is a wrong teaching. Okay. Then the alignment of the heart is towards
So,
self,
mm.
yeah, self-righteousness, right? These
So
two,
okay,
right?
so okay, let's ask God, right? So I think let's say you're talking about Christians, not talking about general public, the hardening of Christian, because that is your main ministry, ma. Um, but I just want to confirm, our Lord Jesus, how many percent of Thomas' ministry is towards the church? Is it above 75%? Yeah. Is it above 85%? Yeah. Is it above 95%? Yeah, it's almost 100%. I think your job is tougher than mine.
Am I? It's okay, but we will know how later.
Yeah.
I think it's how.
So Romans is very important for
Mm.
So for let's say we talk about Singapore Christians, the hardened ones, which is 25%. The hardening, is it due to did it start from the soul? No. Did it start from the spirit? Yes.
So definitely, if it's a spirit, there definitely is a false prophet that give the false information. So a wrong resulted in a wrong belief. Then it becomes a doctrine by itself. That's a poison pill.
So the spirit, right? Um, if we're talking about spirit, then we talk about love, righteous love, love for others, love for God, and love for evil, love for self, right? The spirit just talk about these two only. So when a person's heart begins to turn towards themselves, everything about themselves, that's where the hardening begins.
That's how the Lucifer, you know.
Yeah, I think the teaching didn't help. The teaching make it worse. So there are those that are on the fence they can fall to onto the left or they can fall to the right. Those who are on the fence will be lost. But if the teaching is correct, at least you can save some.
You may ask many of the uh, evangelists, pastors, churches, big churches, ask them, oh, what's the joy? What's the joy come from? They say the joy is seeing people come to Jesus. That's it. Okay, well, then
Okay.
what joy is that? I mean, but are they able to follow or not? Thing. So, the joy, if I say that the joy, if I see the people follow me to strive towards, you know, uh, our predestined calling, that I have a joy.
Yeah,
It's not,
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah,
different.
chapter 10, when God sent out, right, the 70 of them to minister to the cities and all, and then they return, right? And then they begin to talk about how people are transformed. Then Jesus was filled with joy, right? Remember?
Mm, mm,
Yeah, just like what you said, no? When they start to walk according to Jesus' ways, that's as the joy is.
So there's a lot of what I call it, TV, television evangelism, on cable, or podcasts that, oh, I really hear the message and I feel joy and touch. And then, oh, because of that, I follow Jesus. But that's a very surface. This is just a very motivational talk and
Yeah,
inspire you.
motivational, motivational.
But hey, you don't have discipleship, neither the mentor can walk the talk. It's very difficult. It's very difficult.
Yeah. So NG is predestined for sixth dimension. Matthew is also predestined for sixth dimension. I think only these two.
So the Jomo Gang. For that's Jomo Gang means more uphold the integrity of God. That means.
Yeah, so even as we try to minister to the harvest field, right, there has to be time given to raise up more remnants. There has to be time to raise up more remnants. And then raising up remnant could be very patient, very patient. You could be very, very, very patient. Ministering to the harvest field, not that challenging, in my opinion. But when you go into people's lives and try to help them grow, overcome their issues, it's more difficult. So let me tell you a secret. Melvin was a gay.
Is it?
Melvin was a gay. So I took him, I walked with him in the earlier days. Then he came out of it.
Oh, interesting.
But if you do not have patience, cannot. Because there's so much fear in him. You go to the toilet, men come in, and suddenly the temptation will take over, and that's it, one. The gays, the temptation that comes is very, very powerful, worse than the normal people.
Oh. But your wife know no.
The wife doesn't know.
Good for him. Means he opened it and
Yeah, he
and
talked to me
spoke.
openly.
Yeah, it's difficult to open personal issues.
That one is almost 20 years ago.
Uh,
But it's over already for him. This one is over. So you need to be able to minister to people who depend on intuition for discernment, who feel nothing. They feel nothing. Like cat feel nothing. But the intuition is more circumstantial, strategic kind of intuition, and it comes slowly. Whereas for me, for you, we can do both. Our intuition is more of the state. The state, yes, no, but they don't work this way. So you need to be able to minister to two kinds.
how you how you how you partner with Catherine in this spiritual gift, the operation of
But
this
I ask her what she thinks,
Mm.
then she will tell me. She'll be able to tell me her view more strategic. And then from there, I'm able to ask more questions. I'm able to ask questions that previously did not exist in my mind.
Yeah. That intuition true.
Mm. Matthew, this Melvin, 这个 Melvin also quite good.
Melvin,
Mm,
any intuition?
mm. Like when I told the parents to withdraw Jack from California Institute of Technology,
Mm.
he feel in his heart straight away. Both of them okay, withdraw straight away. There's no deliberation, so their intuition is quite sharp, man. And then, but they have actually rejected Cambridge. Cambridge offered Jack also.
Well,
California Institute of Technology, Caltech
ah,
offered, Cambridge also offered, but they rejected Cambridge scholarship.
oh,
Every year, one or two only.
mm,
So Jet went back to NUS and asked them for help to reapply to Cambridge, perhaps for the following year. Then NUS was saying that, well, it's very difficult once you reject them, because these people are very sought after. Do you reject them and then after that you want to go back? So they started applying and everything. And then Melvin said, no need, just write them an email. They will accept. Plus, people say you're crazy.
okay.
Just write them an email. So anyway, write an email. Within a few hours, they wrote back and said, okay. Because they need to go for, every month they have this meeting, right? And then where they choose the people, they make the committee will make the decision together, But this time, this guy is so powerful who managed to see the email and say, okay, yes, that's it. Can already.
So
Then why to,
when Jack going?
he's going next year, July,
July. So he spent years there lah.
4 years. Yeah, because I told them that there's going to be an earthquake there. All right. Uh, and then Angie yesterday saw a vision of a tsunami and earthquake. So we start to wonder where it is and I asked Angie to teleport to the place
Mm.
where we saw. Then after teleporting to the place and all, then we think it is west coast of the United States. Then I discern, yes, it's California.
When will that be?
Second to third quarter next year. So Melvin is intuitively but he just need to be given more confidence. And then for people who use intuition, I encourage them to write down what God tells them by intuition. Write the journal, write down. A few days later, they refer back, right? If God really spoke, then when they read their journals again, right, then they will feel something. God has spoken. They feel it. But they need to be able to capture the message by writing it down.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the way they clarify, or rather the clarity, right, of the message, for us is immediate. But for them, you need like 1 week because intuition needs to build. So they need
Sure.
to write down.
Because we also have other energy that support each other that they can help to narrow down to the certain things.
Mm.
I need to poo poo. That's
Okay.
detoxing.
Right. Okay.
笑了
Okay.
no
Okay.
more 笑了
I wait for because this part is very important. You go
Okay,
first.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I
wait.
wait for you.
Off
Okay. Okay. Now, Paul is talking about verse 25. I'll talk about it, verse 25. For do not want you, brethren, to be uninformed of this mystery. He's talking about this mystery. Maybe this mystery means he himself is not very sure. Okay. So that you will not be wise in your own estimation, that a partial hardening has happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles has come in. So what Paul thinks is that he gives up the Israel, focus on Gentiles. If the full number of the Gentiles come in, then somehow the word will return to Israel and all Israel will be saved. Okay. Okay, so now I want you to try to ask this question to Paul. And so all Israel will be saved. All Israel, Israel means Jews. So Paul is saying during that time, and so all Israel will be saved. Then you ask Paul now, will all Israel be saved? Yes or no?
Israel now.
Yeah. That means after he written this, is it true or not? Is it true that all Israel will be saved?
No.
Yeah.
So 100%.
Okay, so here it seems that Paul is writing something which he's not sure of during that time. But it's his personal conviction.
20% only at the moment now.
So it's the remnant of Israel will be saved. Not all Israel.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So that's the first point. Second point is, does God in his mind distinguish between Jews and Gentiles today?
Say again, what's that between Jew and Gentiles?
Because on the earth today, we distinguish between Jews and Gentiles as separate people, right?
Oh,
Today we distinguish and we say that, the Jews are under the Mosaic law, okay? And perhaps they are still under Moses' blessing and curses, okay?
oh.
Is that true or not?
So
Does
today
Mosaic law
is there
still
a different?
exist today, huh?
So today is there a difference between the Jew and the Gentiles?
Okay, maybe the first question you should ask, does Mosaic law still work today?
No.
Yeah. So the Jews who's following the Mosaic law, right? There's no consequence. There's nothing. So when Jesus died on the cross, he abolished the Mosaic law.
Mm.
There is no blessing, there's no curses from Moses, as previously did. Then the next question it asks, is the Israel in Paul said Israel here, right? Paul said Israel. Is it the same Israel as today or not?
Can know.
Yeah. Does the Israel that is mentioned during Paul's time, right? Do they exist today?
A little, a little.
The Jews are.
Yeah,
Then the next question. So in other words, the Israel we see today is not the Israel.
yeah. But there's some remaining, still very, very hardened one.
So the Israel
Small.
today is not the Israel of the past. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. So when God actually protected Israel during his time, right, that Israel is no more.
The character, lah, the Israeli character, the character of the time is different from now.
I'm
Attitude.
not sure whether that is the argument, but I felt I felt there's no longer any distinction between Israel and Gentiles.
Yeah, true.
There's no longer any distinction. So you ask, is there any distinction between this Israel and Gentiles?
No distinction. I asked already just now.
Yeah, no, there's no distinction. So all Israel will be saved. It's no longer a valid statement. First of all, no. Second, it is not relevant for today's teaching. God will not save or protect the Israel of today. First of all, there's no distinction between Israel and Gentiles. Second, the Israel today is different from the Israel of the past. So God will judge the Gentile in the same manner that he will judge Israel. That is based on integrity, the ways of Jesus, based on love. Do you care for another person? Do you fear God or not? Now, this one will be judged. There is no second standard. But why is this important? Because this influences Christian thinking. If God has special treatment for the Jews or Gentiles, the Jews or Israel, God will also have special treatment for me. The Christian will say this.
Privilege.
Yes, the privilege mentality is what destroys many. You'll be
This
better
privilege,
off if they
yeah,
stay Buddhist.
this privilege mentality also hurt, especially conflict Israel and other country. So the pro-Israel are they always think Israel has a privilege, so must protect Israel,
Yeah.
even it's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Israel also think that they are privileged. I have the right to kill you. Because you go against me, you have no right to exist. God destroy you. Yeah. Hello,
Danny,
Jenny. Ayo. Ayo.
okay, go down. Okay, okay lah. Được đó.
Okay lah, I think that's about it lah.
Ừ. So they are remnants. Is it a big there's more remnant in the west and in the central Asia. It's like Israel, that's right.
Okay, let's divide the world into three portions. The East, the Middle East, and the West. Okay, so if we talk about the remnant that God can use to minister to the rest of the world, right? Talk about the entirety of remnant. How many of the remnant exist in the West, dear Lord? Tell us. Is it less than 20%? Yes. Is it less than 10%? Yes. Is it less than 5%? No. Is it more than 7%? 7%.
10% of the total remnant population, is it?
Yeah. Then the
All
next
right.
question is how many of the percent of the What's the percentage of remnant is in East? Is it more than 70%? Yes. Is it more than 80%? 80% up there.
If that's the case, yeah. So just now we said earlier that you brought out the hardened heart of the West is extremely high.
China, 35% is not that great either.
Yeah. US 35% also, right?
US, 80%.
Yeah, 80%, yeah, correct. Sorry. Yeah, let me see. Mm. Yeah, 80%.
So you see, prosperity actually increases the hardening. Prosperity, capitalism, industrialization, all these actually is not good for humanity. You see, Cambodia still remains so poor, hardening 15% only. But Singapore is very rare.
Mhm.
Singapore is quite rare.
Malaysia, I see Malaysia. Such chaotic in Muslim, much. So 30% of that.
Very interesting. How many percent of Muslims all over the world of Islam are hardened? Is it above 40%? 40%.
Mm. Yeah.
Quite bad.
40, yeah, I still got 40%. So the Hindu population, India, Hindu,
So
the Hindu,
50, huh?
yeah, around there, around 50. So it's a phase that I will not even go and touch it. I will just send discipline only. I don't care because they oppress the people.
What about Buddhists?
General whole population.
Uh, is it 20%? Is it 18? 15 to 20% about there.
I got like 22% now.
Oh, 22% of
Mm.
Hmm. All right.
Mm.
Okay, I'll send you the recording.
Okay, okay.
All right. Okay, take care.
Uh,
Bye-bye.
so I think okay, but me likely will be next Wednesday. I'll be back.